Hey everyone, it's Jack Reef here, Norwich City. How are we all doing? We are Premier League. We are back in the big time, people. The Premier League is here. I hope you're all well. I'm just going to let a few people get into this stream before we start chatting. If you are in the conversation, then please do comment below and yeah, let's have a good chat because we're promoted. We're back. Austin C. Hello, how are you? Harvey123, NCFC fan 1970, Tommy Robbo, Big LMAO. Hello, how are you, mate? George Butcher, Callum Thompson, James Mackay. We're going to win the league. We are. We're nearly there, aren't we? We've nearly won it, but we are back in the Premier League at the moment. That is all that matters. Angus Gibson, Farkas on a course. He certainly is. Canary Hijack from Q8. Hello, how are you, mate? Bash Gaming. Hello from Alabama, Premier League. Norwich City worldwide, are we? Great stuff to see. Crowy, up the Football League we go. Will McGregor, quality scenes walking past the job centre in the gorgeous Yarmouth having a ball. Last night, yeah, a bit of a blur, to be honest. It was a bit of a blur, but what a fantastic blur it was. Just so chuffed with how this season has panned out. It's been unbelievable, hasn't it? Gavin Binney saying there last night was crazy. It was really crazy, and I think I've kind of expected promotion for the past kind of 5 weeks now. I think when we beat Leeds away, I was like, okay, this is a real turning point. That really made me believe that day. Before that, I was like, okay, top 6 possibly. When we beat Leeds away, when Vrancic scored the free kick, and yeah, it was just a fantastic day, wasn't it? 3-1. That was what made me believe, and from then onwards, I've been like, this group's got everything it needs to secure promotion, and that's exactly what we've done. Jacob Batterby, we're Premier League, and the players deserve every minute of this celebration. Agree. We've got to soak this up, people. We've got to enjoy what we are witnessing at the moment, because these times do not come round often. James O'Brien, will you be on the kickoff next season? Yes, hopefully. That's the aim. That's the plan. James Picard, don't remember all of the journey home last night. Mate, I don't really know how I got home, to be honest. I got home somehow. Was editing the Matchday Experience this morning, and I can't really recall a lot of the shots in that. Oh, it's getting rather sunny here. It's always sunny in Yarmouth, isn't it? Yeah, just absolutely fantastic last night. And it was routine, wasn't it, in terms of the game? I mean, we're not going to be analysing this too in depth because... Oh, there we go. That's good, isn't it? Where can I prop you up? Where did I prop you up yesterday? Was it down here, wasn't it? That's Crowy. Thanks for reading my comment out. No worries, my friend. No worries. Let's get you... Is that going to stay? Hopefully. Love the shirt, Jack. Cheers for content this year, Alex. It's been an absolute pleasure covering Norwich City this season, and I'm sure a lot of people say that. Cameron, let's enjoy the good moments, and Jack, bring back breakfast with TNC. I miss it. I miss breakfast with TNC. The problem is, Cameron, is now I've got a full-time job. I don't eat breakfast, and I certainly don't have time to film in the mornings, but I miss breakfast with TNC as well. There might be something in the future that we can do, but yeah, last night, fantastic. Marco Stiegman, once again, it feels like he's scored so many of them similar type goals where he just picks the ball up on the outside of the area and just drives one in low, and it beats the keeper. And he's scored quite a few goals now this season, which is fantastic. And then Mario Vrancic, who has been probably one of my favourite players to watch this season. I mean, there's been a lot. I think the whole team has been fantastic, but Mario Vrancic, considering where he came from last season in terms of not quick enough on the ball, his decision making not good enough, his passing not on point, not really chipping in with goals, to now, it's unbelievable. And a lot of the players have said that they've become better players under Daniel Farke. And I don't think there's any better example of that than Mario Vrancic, who has gone from strength to strength, to his shooting, his ability to orchestrate a game's tempo, his willingness to tackle in the middle of the pitch. I think there were worries last night that with no Tribal in there, we might look slightly open in the midfield. I don't think we did at all. I mean, the goal to concede wasn't great, but at the end of the day, we ground out a fantastic win, and it never really looked too much in danger. And Blackburn are a very good side. I think they were going into last night's game in terms of the last 6 games, they were something like 3rd in the form table, which is absolutely brilliant. So last night was magnificent. Timu Pukki winning player of the season. I'm not sure who everyone voted for in here. Let me know who you voted for your player of the season. I think he certainly was the standout, wasn't he, this season? 28 goals, 13 assists, something like that. A remarkable season for Timu Pukki. George Butcher, Stuart Webber's done bits, I agree. I think Stuart Webber has had the plaudits this season, and rightly so. But I don't think he's had enough. The job that Stuart Webber has done is remarkable. I looked at the graphic that Sky made up last night in terms of like 10 of our signings, and you've got like Onel Hernandez on there, Timu Pukki, Emi Buendia, Tom Tribal, March Leitner, all of these players for like 1.5, 2 million and under. Kenny McLean, £200,000, bossing it in the Championship. Tom Tribal on a free. Timu Pukki, EFL Player of the Season on a free. His recruitment has been on the money, and I genuinely believe that it will get better with the more money that we have to play with. Of course there's going to be flops. James Husband, Marcel Franca, who else? Marshall didn't particularly pay off, but none of them have broken the bank. You look at Marley Watkins, the signing of him, we made profit on him. So these aren't real failures, they're just players that maybe didn't quite fit the system in the way that we expected them to. Philip Heiss, there's another player, I literally forgot we had him. He might come in next season. He literally hasn't had the chance. I don't think we can call Philip Heiss a flop. It's just that Jamal Lewis hasn't been droppable, and that's absolutely phenomenal. James O'Brien, excluding Pukki, who is your player of the season? For me, it's Max Aarons. He came into the team at Ipswich, and at that point we were not playing well at all. And for an 18-year-old to 1, make your debut at Portman Road, to 2, control a game and control every game for the rest of the season is just unbelievable. And he is, a lot of people have said it. When people started saying I was the best right back in the league, I was thinking, yeah, all right, like, let's not get too carried away. The consistency, the maturity, his technical ability does make him the best right back in this division. And you'd probably go as far as saying one of the best defenders in this division. This guy was 18. He hadn't made a single professional appearance until the 6th game of this season, which is unbelievable. Austin C, Ben Godfrey, he certainly gets a shout of one of the best players. I didn't think he was a centre-back going into this season. He definitely is, isn't he? He's a phenomenal player. So that's absolutely fantastic. Who else have we got here? Josh T. Hello, Jack. Thanks for all your hard work this season. I'm actually experiencing the podcast in particular have been a joy to watch. I really appreciate that. The podcasts have been a real passion project for me and Chris, and we have worked phenomenally hard on it, to be fair. And there have been many nights where I haven't really slept because the edits take so long. But I think we've pumped out some good content this season, and I'd be interested to see what kind of guests you want to see, because we've done nearly 100 episodes now. So to get fresh guests on every week is a bit of a challenge, but we've got some good ones coming up, so I'm looking forward to it. Howard Smith, any clues on the 100th podcast guest? We've got a few people penciled in. It's just timing, really, because we don't exactly know when the 100th episode's going to be. So at the moment, we can't really book someone in, and with football, you can't keep episodes back because then you put them out and they're outdated. So it's a bit of a tricky one. We will try and make sure it's good. We will try and make sure. We've had chats with a few people who really want to come on. So, we shall see. Liam Cox, Oliveira and Naismith to return. Very, very excited. I'm hoping Reading, now they're staying up, might want to sign Nelson, who's been quite good for them. It seems Naismith, what do we do with Naismith? I don't think we're going to get money for him, are we? So it's literally going to be a case of just getting rid of him on a free, which is a real shame. Because that's a lot of money down the drain. But just write that off and learn the lessons from that Stephen Naismith transfer. That was trying to sign a player, or trying to suit your system around a player. Now we've gone the opposite way, and we have a system that we fit players into, and it's worked magnificently well. Chris, trophies galore, my friend. Let's make it champions. on Sunday. It's Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, buzzing for Villa. I keep thinking that it's the end of the season. It's not. We've still got a game to go. We still need to get that Champions Trophy because we haven't got it yet. We need 1 point, and I think we've got enough. Wasn't that impressed with Villa today actually when I watched them against Leeds, which is good, I guess. Imagine if you could get Delia and Michael on. I mean, Along Come Norwich have already done one with Delia and Michael. I think we like to bring unique stories to the best of our ability. So there's a few ones that haven't told their story yet and have good stories. So yeah, hopefully that's good. Lenny, I'm here as a jealous Hull fan. Mid-table sucks. You know what? I thought Hull were going to sneak into the playoffs at one point. When you was it something like 6 wins in a row together and you were slowly climbing the table, I thought, here we go, Hull. Here we go. Jared Bowen, Grzycki. They're climbing up the table. It wasn't to be, was it? And I think there's issues off the pitch, isn't there, at Hull? So it's a shame. I like Hull. Buendia's better than Messi. Buendia, another player. We've already spoken this stream about Mario Vrancic, Timu Pukki, Ben Godfrey, Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis. Emi Buendia is another player who we signed for £1.5 million. And you could argue is one of the best, if not the best player in the Championship. That goes to show the recruitment. But I think I've been asked a few times now, what's been the success, what's been the key to promotion this season? It's the team cohesion. It is unbelievable. You saw last night, Dennis Sherbeni, Michael McGovern, all buzzing for the boys. Jordan Rhodes, Grant Hanley have been kept out of the team when maybe the promises at the start of the season were they were going to be getting regular football. They've been kept out because the players in front of them haven't dropped performance levels. And they know that if they do, then they'll be back in and they'll be given a chance as well. It was like when Ben Godfrey came in because of Tim Close's injury. We were all worried then. That turned out fine. Tim Close can't get back in the team. Farke's loyalty to players is good, and I like it. And I like his willingness to stick with game plans and to stick with systems because it gives you consistency throughout a season. And then when teams start to guess you out, which they will eventually, his man management and his in-game management has been so much better than it was last season, which is great. Right, we've got 20 likes on this stream, yet there was at 1.200 of you in here. So can you please like this video? And when it gets to 50, I'll be happy, I guess. I'm not giving anything away. 43 already, absolutely fantastic. Let's get it to 100. Come on. Abby Rose, who, if anyone, do you think needs replacing the Prem? Another question that keeps getting asked, isn't it, is who do we need to sign? I don't know. I think you can pick out positions, but we are going to sign players that I've never heard of once again. And I'm so fine with that because the recruitment policy has been so spot on. I trust Stuart Webber and I trust Daniel Farke and I trust Kieran Scott, the head of recruitment, to just get it right once again. I am 99.9% sure that Stuart will have already he will have a list of who he wants to sign, 100%. He knows who he wants to sign, and he's probably already started negotiations with them people. So, look, I trust the recruitment policy. I hope we don't spend too much money because we need to think as a self-funding club that we hear all the while. We need to think long-term here. Let's get the foundations in place. Let's keep improving the academy. Let's build upon Carrow Road. Let's get Colney looking pucker. Let's get them foundations built, and that will suit you forever. And then it's that production mill of turning out another Max Aarons, turning out another Jamal Lewis, turning out another Todd Cantwell, turning out another Aston Oxborough, because they are the future, and that is so important, and that will pay you back much more in the future if you get that right. Right, I'll do another 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for everyone joining in. By the way, how is everyone feeling? Today has felt really odd. It feels like I'm in a bubble of some sort. It's like a dream because it's just so fantastic. And promotion, I can't believe we're promoted. It's unbelievable. Alan Montgomery, would you loan out Toddy or Ox or keep them about? I think they probably do need loans, don't they? I mean, Aston, it's a strange career being a goalkeeper because this season at points he could have quite easily got into the team and he was on the bench at times. Let's say if Tim Krul was to have got injured one of the games, he's suddenly first choice. But he could go 3 seasons now without getting a game at Norwich. I think Aston needs game time, and Aston is the most switched on, clever, humble man. I was lucky enough to play in the same football team as Aston. I went to school with him. He's a really good mate of mine. And much like Stuart Webber said this season, that Norwich City aren't just signing people based on their traits on the pitch, they're signing people for off the pitch as well in terms of the attitude, what they're like to be around. Aston fits that perfectly. The same with Toddy as well. We've just got a bunch of really good guys in the dressing room, and that goes a long way. And I know that you can't win titles with nice guys. You can if they've got talent as well. And these groups certainly do. Do they need loans? Yeah, I think they probably do. And I think both of them will admit to that as well. But if they're given the shot in the Premier League, I'm sure they'd take it, to be honest. Jacob Batterby upgrade Carrow Road. Yeah, I think we could fit some more seats in, couldn't we? Right, 2 more minutes I'm going to go to. Let's try and get this to 100 like. There's 150 of you in this stream. If 25 more of you like it, we'll get to 100. What do you think of the Ben Godfrey rumours? I hope it isn't true. Look, James, it's silly season now, isn't it? It's there will be rumours. Ben Godfrey, Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis, Emi Buendia, Timu Pukki. All of these players will be linked with top 6 teams, top 10 teams. Don't listen to it. A couple of them might go, in my honest and slightly informed opinion, knowing that they'll be getting regular first team football in the Premier League with the team that they took up is far greater than moving to a United or an Arsenal to sit on the bench. Next season, if we were to come down, for example, yes, they'll be off. If we stay in the Premier League and let's, for example, say Max Aarons plays every game next season and smashes it, he might be off to a top 6 team. But I genuinely think not many of the players will leave for bigger clubs. I honestly don't, because their contracts will now be an increase in money. There is little reason to go, for my opinion. No mention on Paul Lambert entering the Canaries Hall of Fame status for taking Ipswich down. Look, it's a sorry state of affairs down at Ipswich. They have been woeful this season. 26 defeats. 26 defeats. They've nearly got as many defeats as Timu Pukki has goals this season. That's a lot, because Timu Pukki scored a lot of goals. I think they'll struggle in League One. I honestly do. It's not an easy league, as we know. Right, final few questions, and then we go, because I'm very tired. Are we all going to Villa, by the way? What are we thinking for Villa? That's not going to be an easy game, is it? Are we going to be champions? Sheffield United travel to Stoke. That's not an easy game. If they are to win and we are to get a point, we go up as champions, which is fantastic. I'd love to see us lift that trophy. And then on the Monday, the next day, we've got the parade of Norwich and Ross versus Wes as well. If you haven't already got your Ross versus Wes tickets, the Lower Barclay is opening tomorrow. That's going to be a fantastic occasion. Cannot wait for that bank holiday Monday. Abby Rose, I've got work, so can't go. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Can you skip your shift, Abby? I'm sure your boss would have let you if he's a Norwich fan. Alan Montgomery, Villa nothing to play for, locked in 5th. That's very true. They can't go up, they can't go down in terms of their positioning. They've got a big couple of playoff games to be coming. Will they be resting players, the likes of Grealish, the likes of Abraham? I think that's already injured today, actually. I don't know. At the same time, I think Norwich will be well up for it, actually, although I did see pictures of Timu Pukki on the Jaeger today, so quite how prepped we'll be for it, I don't know. They've got a whole of next week. To be honest, if they were on the Jaegers next Saturday, I wouldn't really care. They've earned their bottle of Jaeger this season. Right, final question, Elliot Townsend. When's the bus tour? Next Monday, 9 o'clock, starting... I can't remember where it's starting from. 9 o'clock, be in the city. It's going to be class. Thank you so much for watching once again. These live streams are really fun, aren't they? I'm going to try and do more of these in the future. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. Have a lovely week with Premier League. Enjoy work. Enjoy talking to your Norwich friends. And yeah, good big podcast coming next week as well.